I am about to summit Blood Mountain. Well, I've got a little ways before I get to the gnarly climb, but that's kind of the next big climb. It's been raining all day up until about an hour ago, and you can probably see that blue sky. It's still pretty gusty, but I like that it's drying out on my rain gear so it won't be wet in the tent tonight. Hiked yesterday, about 15 miles round trip. I stayed at Gooch Gap Shelter. Wound up hiking 2 bonus miles without my pack, though, to go out to Gooch Gap, where I knew Fresh Ground, who is a legend on the AT, a legend of a trail angel. He rides up and down the AT all season, feeding through hikers homemade meals, and it did not disappoint. Such good chicken noodle soup. I think he puts butter in it. It was so good. And fresh salad. I always crave fresh out here. So even though it's been 3 days, that salad was a welcome dinner, as was the soup. But I stayed at the shelter because I knew this front was going to blow through, and met some really nice people, all through hikers except for one. He was section hiking. He's going to through hike next year. But been kind of leapfrogging with some of them today, and tell you more about them later, probably in written form. But excellent 3 days. No regrets being out here. Love starting in winter, getting all these winter views. And yeah, I'm gonna make it to Needle Gap today, and hopefully there's some camping nearby. I've heard there is. And I also have heard that their hostel is kind of not the cleanest. So I don't really want to stay in a hostel anyway and spend money until I'm ready to, and not ready yet. So I'll check in hopefully tomorrow. Welcome to my home. I am clearly not on the Appalachian Trail, and I'm here to resupply because I live so close to the trail. Until I get through the Smokies, this is what I'll do. But I wanted to just add a short segment onto the end of the video about Blood Mountain and the day I summited, because it brought back some sad memories in recent history. In December, my search and rescue team, I'm on a search and rescue team here in Western North Carolina, and we're a very active team. But we were called to help look for a man by the name of Charles Hosh, who had gone missing, I believe it was November 11th, on the summit or near the summit of Blood Mountain. He was a solo hiker, very experienced, did all the right things, left an itinerary at home so people knew where he was going, when he should be home, but he didn't return home, and he is still missing to this day. And his family is just a beautiful family. This is just a heartbreaking story. And clearly at this point, it probably has a very tragic ending. I don't think this man ran off to the Bahamas with his girlfriend or something silly like that. I think that he just had an unfortunate circumstance happen that day, and he hasn't been found. But I wanted to just include a little bit of information about safety, because being on search and rescue now for over a decade, we see a lot, and it's informed my hiking. I'm a much safer hiker than I've ever been because of my experience with search and rescue. But if you are a solo hiker, or even if you're not a solo hiker, I highly recommend, if you can afford it, to carry a device that gives you a connection to the outside world. And I'm going to show you 3 that I have used over the years and which one I like the best, and I'll try to make it short, but I'll talk about it more as I travel north if people are interested in knowing more about these devices. The most affordable and the easiest one is a personal locator beacon. This one by ACR ResQLink. This is a very outdated model of it. This is the most affordable option of all that I'll show you because it's a one-time purchase. The battery only lasts about 5 years, so you do have to replace that. But other than that, you're set to go. All it does is I could make this little antenna come up, and then there's a button that I would press if I needed help, whether I was injured or lost. What it does, in short, is sends an SOS signal with my coordinates to emergency services to get the ball rolling that someone needs help at that particular location. I can't message back and forth, nothing like that. It just has that one purpose. Conversely, this one, the Garmin InReach Mini, is what this is. I've carried this one for years, and I love it because it does allow me to not only hit an SOS button there on the side, if you can see that, but it also allows me to send messages back and forth to home or to emergency services. If I were lost or injured, I could give them more context of why that signal went out. It connects to an app via Bluetooth on my phone, and that's way easier to message than using this device. It's very clunky to message anything on this device other than just some pre-programmed messages you can set up initially. So I love it for that reason, just because it does give that messaging capability. The downside is that somebody can't message you first. You have to send out the first message, and then you can volley back and forth. And that can get a little bit weird if somebody's trying to get in touch with you back home for whatever reason. Not a big deal for most people, but I actually switched over from my Thru hike to this Zoleo device. And the sole reason that I switched over is because I needed that capability to volley back and forth, but for someone from the outside world to message me first. My husband and I purchased a vacation rental and some land we want to build a house on in November of last year, and we have guests that sometimes have questions, and I'm the primary. This was my little baby that I wanted to nurture in terms of the business side, and so I told my husband I'm going to get this Zoleo so our guests can message me. That's been fun explaining, I'm on the AT, this is how you get in touch with me. But anyway, this will connect through an app as well on my phone. So I love that I can go back and forth messaging, and it has the same capability to send out the SOS signal. The thing I don't love about it, though, is that it does require my phone to message, whereas this little guy, even though it's clunky and archaic, I can still send messages from it should I need to. If I drop my phone and kill it, or the battery goes dead and I don't have any more juice in my charger, then I'm kind of screwed. So I don't love it for that reason. And if I had to pick one that I would recommend over any of the others, it would still be the InReach. Even though I'm not carrying it right now, it makes me a little nervous with this one because I am very clumsy with my phone sometimes. And it's not a big deal. I mean, the SOS button still works. It's not like you can't send that, but again, you can't give context. And if I get into camp one night and I've killed my phone and I can't message my husband, it's going to cause some unnecessary worry. So I don't love it for that reason. But again, if you can only afford one, this is my go-to. One other side note, a lot of phones these days have satellite messaging capabilities, and mine included. I have an iPhone 15. I don't know if Androids have caught up with that. Someone, I'm sure, can chime in and say something in the comments if they have, but that's another safeguard too. And my understanding is that you can send up the SOS type signal from a phone, and it will also convey, I think, probably your general coordinates. I'm not sure if it just pings against towers, and that gives us a pretty good idea of where you are. So that's another safeguard. If you can't afford any of these, all is not lost. Just maybe upgrade your phone, and that's just a good way to upgrade your phone and have a really good reason to do it. But that's it. If you have questions, I can't promise that I will get to them in the comments because it's so hard to keep up with all this while I hike. But I will talk more about it if people do have questions that I see that I can address in a future video while I'm bored on the trail and think, hey, I'll pull out my phone and make a video. I'll be back out there Sunday in 2 days, and I'm so excited to get back out there. It's been so great so far, and I appreciate all the love and support people have given me in these comments. It's been really fun. Oh, one more thing before I forget to mention it. It's so important. There's a documentary that some friends of mine, but also just kind of hobbyist filmmakers, but really, really good at it, made about our team a couple years ago now. And it's just a tremendous film. It's called Safe and Found, and I'll link it in the description below. It's on YouTube. It's free, but it goes into a lot of what I've just talked about, and it highlights some of our more kind of high-profile searches that underscore the importance of all this. There are 3 different searches or rescues highlighted in it. I'm proud to say that I'm friends with all of these families now. I get so attached to the people that we help, and they're all just great, great people. I just love them all. So watch that if you have time, and I will see you back on the trail. Bye.